Well, when Alex asked me to speech without any preparation at all, I quickly had to come up with something in my mind that is really easy for me to talk about. And that is how much I love Reno and how much I think this is like the best part of the country to live in. The whole Eastern Sierra region, part of America, to me is just absolutely the best, from like Mammoth Lakes all the way to Crater Lakes. There's just so much to do. And then if you want to go to the ocean, it's only, what, 4 or 5 hour drive away. So America's biggest little city. That's a really good name for Reno because I really think it is. This is like the epicenter of consciousness to me. But it's more than that. Really, there's just so much to do here in terms of outdoor activities. My first year here, I went to the Mono County ATV Jamboree, which is a big ATV jamboree held over in Colville, California, which is about a half an hour south of Lake Topaz. So interestingly enough, this California-based jamboree, which brings a lot of business to that county, Mono County. For like a whole summer, people hang out there for weeks before and weeks after. But what's really interesting, it's like 75% of their rides, they come over here to Nevada to do the rides. Some of the rides are to some of the mountain tops around in Lyon County. One of them in particular, I'm not sure if anybody knows where this is at, but Mount Galena and Mount Oriana, it's 2 twin peaks. And you ride up there, it's like 14,000 feet. You gotta have a pretty good ATV. I recommend one that's fuel injected, because above 10,000 feet, your ATV, a regular carbureted ATV, you either have to know how to adjust your carburetor, rich and lean mixture out in the field, which I wouldn't suggest, even if you are a good mechanic. So 75% of their rides were over here in Nevada. So that says a lot about this area. Not just that. In Reno, we've got so many opportunities for more than just outdoor opportunities. We've got a lot of culture here. The Pioneer Center, where you can go see a decent show or symphony. It's amazing, but a lot of the casinos around here really get some big names. My first year here, I saw The Who, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Young isn't around, I think he passed away. And Mindy Abair, who's a really great jazz vocalist. Incidentally, she's coming again this summer to Sand Harbor. If you want to see just a really rockin' show, it's Mindy Abair this summer. But there's so many reasons I love Reno, and I felt like it would be an easy subject for me to talk about. I came from Chicago, where my whole life back there revolved around when were the traffic jams. I really couldn't do anything. I literally had to revolve my life around. Like, if I was working downtown, but I was responsible for picking my kid up by 5 p.m., I had to leave by 3, 2 hours ahead of time, even though it was only a 35-minute drive. That's because there was like this exponential ratio between the minutes you delayed leaving to the buildup of the traffic jams. And you could literally spend 2 hours trying to get 35 miles every day. So my life was really complicated because of all the traffic jams. And I've been self-employed 25 years, so I drive all over the place servicing my clients, and I had to drive all over the Chicago area. And the drivers there, I mean, they're not as bad as California drivers, but they're pretty bad. They're pretty bad. And, you know, fortunately, I haven't been around LA too much, but I've heard about that too. Anyway, here in Reno, I feel like my life is just simpler, because even at 5 o'clock, if I need to get somewhere, maybe the traffic builds up and yeah, it delays you 10 minutes. But it's not like an hour and a half delay just to get 35 miles. I just love the lifestyle here. I can, in any given day, I can wake up, let's say on a weekend, go, you know what, I think I want to go rock collecting. Or, well, today, and also the rock collecting, you would not believe the kind of, I've not found rock, I've found like crystal clusters. Pick one of these little obscure little foothills out here, anywhere. Go down any road, 50 or whatever, some little obscure foothill. I'll bet you any money, nobody's ever hiked to the top of that obscure little foothill, where at the top of a lot of these little foothills is where you get all the weathering. And you look around up there and your chances are very good. You're gonna find some really interesting crystal clusters or other gems and minerals that, due to the weathering at the very top, you will find some really neat stuff. There's just so many neat things to do out here. I could probably go on and on and on because I really love it out here. And this is not the first time I've lived in Nevada. I lived in Henderson before coming to the Reno area, and I loved it down there, except for the summer. The summer was, I don't think I do well in heat, maybe because I'm a redhead. I don't know, I get sunburned easy or whatever, and although I loved it there in the spring, the fall, and the winter, to me the summers were just brutal. The time of year when you wanted to be outside, you couldn't. But here in Reno, obviously, we don't have that kind of problem. We have 4 seasons where you can go out, and in the summer, when it gets hot, maybe we only get over 100, like for what, a couple weeks out of any given year on average. So, I don't know, I just really love living here. I see myself staying here for the rest of my life, and there's so much to do here. So this is my impromptu speech, 4.5. I hope I sound confident. Thank you very much.
Go ahead and take a few moments to write some comments down and vote for best speaker. Right now. Jeffrey, can I get a timers report?
Thank you. I'm happy to report, without any trace of apathy, both speakers qualified. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Alright, moving on to the table topics portion of the day. Our topic master today will be Alex, so please help me welcome Alex.